Alright everybody, it's Gina. I'm back again with another video, and today I'm going to be making some shrimp fried rice. Right now I have a cup of rice with 1.5 cups of water and about a teaspoon of coconut oil and some salt that's being prepared while I prepare the shrimp. So stay tuned. So I have about 20 shrimp in here. And I'll show you the seasonings that I'm going to be using. These are just ones that I use, but you're free to use whatever it is you want. I have some Himalayan pink salt, some Cajun seasoning, some chili powder, Italian seasoning, and this is some salt-free seasoning, only because there's some things in there that I really like. But you can season your shrimp however you desire. I'm not going according to traditional Chinese recipes or anything. And I am simply, right now I just have some water in here. These are frozen shrimp. I have some water with a small amount of coconut oil to cook them down in. And then once they're finished, I will set them aside and get the rice ready, which is already being cooked behind me, or behind the shrimp. I'm trying to operate this with just one hand, but I'm going to show you how I season the shrimp. And like I said, you are free to season use whatever seasonings you desire. These are just the ones that I use, and I pretty much do like a dash of this, a pinch of that. That's how I season. I grew up that way. That's the way that I watched my grandmother do it. That's the way I've been doing it all these years, so I don't really follow a recipe. So it's basically you season it according to your taste. So right now I'm just going to do I've got the salt-free seasoning, and I'm shake some of that on there. I love the chili powder because it gives it a nice color. Got some Italian seasoning, and like I said, it's just a dash of this, a little bit of that. Then here's the Cajun spice. And I like spicy because this is really not that spicy, so I put a lot of it in. So once I have them all seasoned up, I just kind of mix it around a little bit so that the seasoning goes everywhere. And I let that cook down for a minute. When the water kind of evaporates, then I may or may not add a little bit more seasoning. Or I did not add the Himalayan salt yet, so let me go ahead and do that, and I'm going to require 2 hands for that one. So I went ahead and I added the seasoning, the Himalayan salt. I also added a little bit more chili powder, and I also added some garlic powder. So while that is cooking down, I'm going to go ahead and chop up some onions, and I also have some chopped up garlic that I'm going to be using. So I have the shrimp prepared, and I'm going to have it set aside until it is time for me to put the whole dish together. So that's the prepared shrimp, and now what I'm doing is just cooking down some onions with some garlic in the same liquid that I cooked the shrimp in. So the onions and the garlic has now been sauteed. The rice is also ready. To the dish, I will also be adding these stir-fried vegetables, which consist of bamboo shoots, water chestnuts, and you have some baby corn over here, as well as some sprouts. Now, this actually came in. This was a can of stir-fried vegetables, and that's what I will be using here. So I'm going to be preparing it in this big stainless steel pot. And I'm just going to add a little bit of oil to the bottom and then start to add all of the ingredients. So the first thing I did was added the rice. I'm just going to go ahead and just stir that around for a little bit. The next thing I did was added the vegetables. Since they were already cooked, I didn't want to overcook them, so I'm basically just putting them in here now to warm them up. I made sure to stir the mixed vegetables into the rice. Now I'm going to add the sauteed onion and the sauteed onions and garlic and stir them together. So one of the final steps is to just flavor with your soy sauce, and you can put as much or as little as you desire. The final step, of course, is to add the shrimp and just mix it all together very well. So I've added the shrimp and I've stirred it all together. Now this is your basic recipe. You can add other vegetables to this, like green beans or sweet peas, broccoli, cauliflower, and I may end up putting some broccoli in here. I decided to add some green beans. So just go ahead and stir that all together. And like I said, you can add whatever other vegetables you want. You don't necessarily have to stick to a traditional Chinese recipe. So here I have the shrimp. I've got the water chestnuts. I've got bamboo shoots, some sprouts, the shrimp, baby corn. So you can basically just add in whatever vegetable. I could also add some carrots, but my son really doesn't care for carrots much. But he does love green beans, so there it is.